Great day today. Great to be out in Lucas Oil. Good to look over and see Mr. Irsay there watching practice. That was fun. I always appreciate him being out here. Um, I thought the guys brought good energy today. We talked about that. The players were talking about that. That with no fans, we gotta make our own energy. So I thought we did that today. Got some work and some good heat today. That was good. And then we had some live periods. So it was fun to go live. Probably had about 25 or 30 plays live. Had one injury. Ben Banigou got his ankle. I don't think I just talked to him in the locker room a second ago. Don't think it's too bad. So hopefully he won't be out too long. But other than that, a lot to clean up, but a good step today.
Kevin Bowen.
Frank, it seemed like Jacob got his most work of camp. What did you think of how he threw the ball there in the second half?
Kevin, I'm sorry, who'd you say?
Jacob Eason looked like he got his most work of camp. How did you think he threw it?
Yeah, I thought Jacob looked good. Made some good throws to the outside. Did a nice job. Handled himself well, and it was a good day for Jacob.
Okay, George Bremer.
Coach, Desmond Patman, does it look like a light maybe is going on for him? Is he getting a little more comfortable in the scheme? It seems like the last couple of days he's really starting to come on.
Yeah, Des, I'll tell you what, one of the things that helps Des is he is in great physical shape. He's a physical specimen. And he doesn't, I know he's getting tired, but he's able to work through it. Made a couple nice catches out there today. I really feel like he has continued to dial in on technique. Early on, it was some things were new to him, but to his credit, he's worked hard at it. And, it's a long process, but I think he's continuing to take the right steps.
Joel Erickson.
Frank, when you keep seeing Tyquan Lewis kind of show up over and over and over again, just how good is that for the team to see that out of him?
I mean, he's literally showing up every day, very often. So Tyquan's on the right track, and that's good for him, good for all of us. Really good for the defensive line. As a defensive line, we really, as you hear Chris and I talk all the time, it starts inside out, starts up front, and the O-line and D-line got to dominate. And so, we say this all the time, they're going to carry us on both sides of the ball. And, everybody obviously knows about Justin and DeForest and the rest of the guys, but Tyquan being relatively quiet the last 2 years, just the way he's looked, if he keeps up at this pace, that's gonna be a big time plus for us.
All right, Mike Chappell.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned offensive line, defensive line needs to dominate. It looked like in that second half, but the offensive line really asserted itself. Big runs by Marlon. Did that look accurate, or was it kind of hard, sometimes hard to get a judge on this setting, how effective the running game is?
No, I think you're seeing it. I think you're seeing it right, Chap. I mean, first of all, Marlon looked great. I mean, there were some big holes there, but he did make a couple pretty sweet moves. But the offensive line got in a bit of a rhythm. Now, don't get me wrong, we've had a lot of physical periods where the defense has looked good and got the better of us in the run game. But in that second half, the O-line got in a good rhythm, and we'll see the film, but it sure looked to my eye and a little bit of the highlight on the screen, like we ripped off a couple long runs right there.
Just a quick follow-up. Was Braden Smith on a pitch count basically today?
Yeah, 20 plays.
Thanks.
Okay, Zach Kiefer.
Frank, it's easy to forget sometimes that you guys have a new starting quarterback. How would you grade Phillip? 2 to 3 weeks into this, he hasn't been perfect by any means. I know he's probably working out some kinks, but where would you see him at right now, and is he where you want him to be?
Yeah, he's totally where we need him to be. And here's what I've seen for a lot of years, not just with Phillip, but with quarterbacks in general, especially the best ones. As camp goes, the defense is always a little ahead of the offense. That's normal. I thought the offense, we got a slow start today, and then the offense looked pretty good. I thought Phillip made a lot of nice plays out there. There's one ball that he missed that I think he wished he had back. But other than that, I thought he looked pretty good. And what I was getting ready to say was, when we got in that live period where we went ones and the ones when it's live, it just, the more live it gets and the more real it gets, the better the best players look. And we're going to see that with Philip. The faster it goes and the more real it gets, the better he's going to look. And so I think he's making good progress and feels very comfortable with the offense and very comfortable with his teammates. I think he's really building a good chemistry with the receivers and the running backs and the tight ends, to get a feel for them. And, we still got some time and we'll work out a couple kinks. And, but I like the trajectory that we're on.
Olivia Ray.
Coach, I want to build off of that. I know he's been with the team for a while now, but today would have been the first time that he's walking through that tunnel and probably not hearing people booing him as he was walking into Lucas Oil Stadium. So I didn't know if you got to ask him how he felt walking in there for the first time as the starting quarterback.
I did ask him. When was the last time he was here. I think he said it was 16. He came here and played a close game. And T.Y., he said that T.Y. had an unbelievable day, made a big play late in the game, and the Colts, and we beat the Chargers, and that was in 2016. But I didn't really talk to him about it from the other perspective. But good to see him out there wearing a horseshoe. That's all I can say. To have a guy like Philip out there, I think he feels comfortable. And I think what makes him feel comfortable is, his teammates. He knows he's got great teammates, and we're going to use that to our advantage. And I just think that's going to continue to grow. And his leadership is really going to be a big part of what we'll do this year.
Jim Aiello.
Hey, Frank, I just wanted to ask you about throwing to the running backs. Looks like there was a concerted effort to get the ball to them in the passing game, and maybe Marlon especially. I was wondering how he's come along in the passing game. Obviously, he didn't catch a lot of passes the first few years of his career, but he looks plenty capable today.
Yeah, no, Marlon definitely has that ability. He's dynamic with the ball in his hand, so we'll continue to find ways to get it to him. Naheem's so strong in the passing game that he gets in there for a lot for the passes. But we're just continuing to develop all the players to get better, to be 3-down backs. We want all of our running backs to be 3-down backs and have that ability because we haven't done anything yet, but we might eventually run some no huddle as the year goes on. And if you're going to do that, it really helps if you can stay on the field. So Marlon's just proven how versatile he is, and everybody knows how, Philip knows how to get the ball to running backs. So he'll continue to do that.
Thank you.
Okay. Two more. Stephen Holder.
Hey, Frank. I missed your opening, so apologize if you touched on this. But just from an evaluation standpoint, what you did today seemed like it could be really valuable. Just going back and watching tape, you guys on the sideline, communicating, without the coaches out there, all that sort of thing. How much will it just help you just specifically in that regard?
Yeah, no, I actually did not address that part of it in the opening, so I'm glad you asked, Stephen. It was really, really helpful. In fact, I had a couple of the coaches say to me, even while we were in warm-ups, I think everyone, my guess is the players felt it as well, like this was a necessary step, to be in the stadium and getting ready for the season. And, no one wants to, go to Jacksonville that first game and not have been through as much of a game-like scenario as we got today and that we'll get on Saturday. So I think everyone felt that out there. I think everyone felt this was a good step, a necessary step, and we'll keep building from here.
All right, last one, Andrew Walker.
Hey, Coach. With the kicking battle, is it important not to overreact to one really lopsided day like today, or do you just go the other way and evaluate it like this was a game like scrimmage and it's more heavily weighted that way?
No, I think it's important not to overweight any one day. This day does get weighted a little bit heavier, but it's not dramatically heavier. But it definitely gets weighted a little bit heavier. So Chase had a good day today, and these guys have been great. They're embracing the competition and embracing the pressure of the competition, and it's been a back and forth battle.